Well, the avalanche of Epstein files has shaken several countries and raised questions over the conduct of many high-profile names around the world. It seems there are more names yet to come out. U.S. lawmakers say they have uncovered names of at least 6 men who are likely incriminated by their inclusion in the Epstein files. Now, U.S. Representatives Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna made the claim after reviewing unredacted versions of the documents related to the late convicted sex offender.
But what I saw that bothered me were the names of at least 6 men that have been redacted that are likely incriminated by their inclusion in these files. So that's the first thing that I saw. It took some digging to find them.
Men, some of them with their photographs that have been redacted, and there's no explanation why those people were redacted. And Thomas discovered it through his MIT logic with some of the searches. But, you know, that's really concerning.
Massie told reporters that one of the men is pretty high up in a foreign government and another is a prominent individual. Massie and Khanna said that many of the files they viewed were still redacted, meaning they came to the Justice Department either from the FBI or a grand jury. The lawmakers also said that some of the files taken down by DOJ were still not available for review. The lawmakers said they want to allow Justice Department time to further unredact those files, but they have also proposed sharing the names on the House floor. If the lawmakers read these names on the floor, they would be protected by the House Speech and Debate Clause, providing them with immunity from civil or criminal liability. Now, this comes as Jeffrey Epstein's associate Ghislaine Maxwell refused to answer questions at a deposition before a congressional panel. Through her attorney, Maxwell said she would consider answering questions in exchange for clemency or a pardon from President Donald Trump. Maxwell was found guilty in 2021 for her role in helping Epstein sexually abuse teenage girls and is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence.
Ms. Maxwell, did you at any time play any role in Jeffrey Epstein's activities involving the recruitment, grooming, or trafficking of young women or girls?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Democrats on the committee accused Maxwell of using the deposition to campaign for clemency and called U.S. President Donald Trump to rule out such a move.
Is telling Donald Trump through her deposition that she is trying to buy her clemency. Now, she did state that she is taking and invoking her Fifth Amendment rights because of a pending habeas petition before the Southern District of New York. But let us be clear, her case appeals have already gone to the United States Supreme Court and they have been denied. She is not being released from jail unless, of course, Donald Trump buys what she's selling.
Representative Stansbury also targeted President Trump for asking Americans to move on from the Epstein scandal. She pointed out at the growing list of countries that are now investigating or pushing leaders to step down over the Epstein files. Stansbury said that it is not time to move on, but a time for accountability. And there's more on this from my colleague Susan, who sent us this report from New York.
Ghislaine Maxwell, the convicted associate of Jeffrey Epstein, who is serving a 20-year sentence, refused to answer questions during a closed-door virtual deposition before the Republican-led House Oversight Committee. This happened on Monday. Invoking her Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination, Maxwell declined to respond to inquiries about possible co-conspirators and men who may have settled with Epstein victims, leaving lawmakers frustrated and without any new information. Her attorney has said that she will only testify fully if granted clemency by President Donald Trump. The deposition is part of a broader congressional effort to scrutinize how Epstein abused his victims and the networks operated around it and how previous federal decisions were ultimately handled. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.